Hey, welcome back, guys. Styling in the afternoon, helping you drag your sorry ass through the work week. That would be us over here. So,
And we're dragging just as much as you are, people.
oh yeah, man. I mean, I am a little sore from snowboarding over the weekend.
I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
You're getting old, man. You feel it more than you did when you were younger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too bad. My legs are hurting. And that's what it is. I took some ibuprofen this morning, but like, it was, I went last week and it wasn't a big deal. And then I doubled down and went 2 nights in a row. And I didn't slow down, man. I mean, fucking, man, there was these 20-year-old kids. And I'm like, fuck, man, I can keep up with you. You ain't shit. Fucking slam me a NOS energy drink and keep going. Well,
just don't ask me how I feel Monday.
Yeah, so here's Monday and my shoulder's bothering me a little bit, but my legs are hurting. And I guess I don't know. I mean, I probably need to be at the, when I work out in the morning, I probably need to be running that treadmill a little bit longer, that elliptical.
Doing the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the big thing is just I was standing and waiting, and people were unclipping, and I'm like, fuck, I ain't going to unclip. I'll hop around like a bunny rabbit. Well, that's probably the reason why my legs are hurting. So,
yep.
But this weekend, Kai Kelly down there with the Shocker, and he going to start some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he was there to race. He wasn't there to start shit. But
no.
And then, all the other pro mod guys that only race like 3-4 times a year is got to talk shit, and Sesame Street Outlaws, and then you got Disco Dean down there, and oh fuck.
He's down there playing along with everything.
Yeah, you got this big man with a mohawk running around with a pink fucking shirt on, with a backpack that's backwards with, I guess they went to Walmart and bought all the Sesame Street characters.
Probably.
And so, the one pro mod guy sat there and said, if Kai Kelly beats Stevie Fast, I'll take a hammer to my dick. Okay.
Dean, I took one over there.
Well, you know what? He fucked his ass up, and now it's put up or shut up.
Yep.
It's just like, it's so crazy. It's like any motorsports, it's like the tuner guys pissed off at the Mustang guys. Like, it's, can't we all get a fucking along? We're all trying to go A to B.
Yep.
But no, you want to stir up shit because you lost in the first round, and then you're like, well, the guy I don't really like is Stevie Fast, but he's going to beat him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kai did get eliminated in the third round, but he was having, issues with the heads and all kinds. He was trying to keep the damn car together. I don't know how Jingling did.
Now I have a question. Nova had that car for this race.
Yes.
Is he racing that the rest of the season, or did he just have it for this race?
Yes, he is racing the rest of the season.
But I wasn't sure. Okay, good.
Yeah, and Nova, he didn't qualify, but he was close, But then again, he ain't really fucking drove this car at all.
No.
And they had problems with the spark,
Yeah.
So it's like, they had electrical issues, they had this, and then he had a whole fucking issue with his truck and trailer. Couldn't unload the car for 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went over and hung out with Cletus. That was interesting.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, he thought he was going to fucking die. 60 miles an hour.
60 miles an hour is hot.
Yeah. Coming in and sliding in. And Cletus, like, yeah, this has been going on for, I don't know how many days they said they've been doing it, but he gets 10 tries a day to slide the car into this parking spot. Apparently someone has already hit the building.
Yeah.
Cletus done hit the
pole.
Cletus done hit the pole. So yeah, when they did it with Sean's like, holy fuck, and then he's did it, and Sean was a little shaken up, but then Sean's like, well, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And Sean did get close on the one.
Yeah, he did pretty good on the one, I thought, for his second time ever doing it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you make the best of the bad situation with the rain, and they couldn't test. So what do? You go out there and act a fool. And so
have fun.
And a lot of these guys are down here for sick week because sick week starts.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why Disco was down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, why not start shit in the pits?
Yep.
So.
Ain't got nothing better to do. Go see his buddies.
Yeah, and then fucking Scott Taylor made it in with Cheeto, and he got eliminated in the third round, So, Robin, he didn't qualify, and Sean didn't qualify, but Sean got close. I mean,
I was gonna say,
I think
what was the qualifiers making?
You had to get in the 60s to qualify.
Okay.
So he was like, I think Sean went 67, and he still didn't qualify.
Yeah.
So I mean, Kai was running in the 50s, and he qualified like 5th. So, then the one pass he blew the fucking blower off of it. So, they were just band-aiding the car together to keep going, and he was still running low numbers.
Oh yeah.
So, but I don't know what Jingling did. I'm gonna have to look that up. But
right.
But hell, the passes Jingling was out there making car on a small tires, pulling the front wheels off the ground after the 60-foot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and then everybody's like, well, Street Outlaws MPK is going to be gone, and that's the reason why everybody's buying pro mods. No, that's not the reason. These guys have nothing.
Bought a pro mod.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing better to do for 4 or 5 months. So why not do this?
Yep.
Sell some T-shirts. Go out and do something. There's guys that run MPK that run small tire shit. They're not just, they're racers. They're not going to just sit around and not do shit. So.
Well, Jerry's about got the Camaro back together.
I seen that.
And he's not doing MPK with it anymore. But he's going to do some local stuff, maybe some all-star stuff with it. And he's going to go out and promote his brand still,
Oh, yeah.
And he made himself famous on it. He needs to go out and promote himself,
Yeah.
Do some events, do some appearances and stuff, Yeah, he earned it.
Yeah, go out and do your stuff. I mean, a lot of those guys that were on the show back in the day, they go out and do that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just is what it is. I mean, go out.
Beat your parent garage doors.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, I don't hate on nobody for that shit, I mean, go out and handle your business, Look at Justin Shear. He's out there racing small tire stuff, tuning cars. JJ, well, I guess married another sister wife. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Too hard to keep up with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen, on another note, I was looking at, a lot of the car and truck shows that's coming up, so,
It's getting into that season again, hopefully soon.
Yeah, it's coming up,
I got a lot of shit sitting, so it needs to be.
Yeah, because Texas Heat Wave, they got their, I don't know, they got their winter show that they do. It's cold as fuck. It's getting ready to happen, but they also do it as a chili cook-off. So, I'd like to hit that up this weekend, but I've got so much other shit going on, it's unreal,
Right.
So, I mean, what do?
You got to choose your battles,
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a time.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a time you get down there for it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's always a time and place, you know what I'm saying?
I figure if I miss an event for something else that wasn't meant to be anyway, and check around the next year, see what's going on next year when that comes around.
Yeah, I mean, it's always like I tell people, mark your calendars, you know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff going on, from rock concerts to, here coming up, the aggro, aggressive flatland is going to be in St. Louis in March.
Cool.
So I might go do that competition. I don't know yet, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Matter of fact, I just got the information yesterday about it,
What is it?
It's a big, BMX freestyle comp.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I don't think I'm good enough to do my freestyle anymore.
Yeah, so.
I ain't done that in quite a while. I look at the bike once in a while and go, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I might go over to Ramp Riders and touch it up a little bit, I really haven't been riding. And what's interesting is where I live, I can ride flatland anytime I want. You know, I've got a big indoor place that I can ride flatland, and I don't know, it's just this year I haven't. You know, I've been snowboarding, and I have been mountain biking a little bit, but since it snowed, you know, no, not really, you know.
Yeah.
But I've got the trails right by my house, you know. One of the
That's convenient, yeah.
biggest courses in the Midwest, you know. It's
Oh,
in
yeah.
my backyard. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's like literally 800 feet from my front door. Get on the trail.
Well, maybe one of these weekends or something when it's cold out, we'll have to pack some BMX bikes and go up to old Skank in Springfield.
Yeah, I definitely like to go up to Skanks. That's
I haven't been there in years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just curious if it's the same fucking layout. It probably is.
I'd like to see how much it's changed.
Yeah.
I heard the same guy's still running it, so.
Yeah, and he's been there forever.
No, he was a kid when he started it, you know.
Yeah, that's what
Place for his mom to keep his ass out of trouble.
Yeah, and that's what me and you were talking about. So.
Yep.
I remember, man. See. Here's the thing: when we say skate parks nowadays, everybody's like, "Oh, there's one on every corner." Back when I was,
this isn't a concrete place in the middle of the park.
Yeah, I mean, back when we were younger, there was real street. I mean, you got chased by security guards, all kinds of shit, and very rare that you would go.
You pull up to this building for Skank, and to this day, it still looks like an abandoned building on the outside.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's kind of the hood.
One little sign on the door that says Skank Skate. That's the only thing on the whole building.
Yeah, and it's kind of the hood where it is.
It is.
Yeah, so I mean,
Welcome to South Grand.
Yeah, you want to make sure your shit's locked when you go in.
Yeah, and they don't have shit for parking. They got that little parking.
Oh yeah, right beside
the building there. Yeah. Yep.
So it's like,
but
I definitely like 2 years.
I had a lot of good times in that place.
2 years ago, I was up there with Michelle, and just so happened we drove down that street doing something, and I'm like, damn, there's Skank Skate Park right there, and I was like, man, it kind of still looks like it's open, you know?
It is. And it still looks exactly the same way as it did in the 80s.
Yeah, no
the
shit.
Outside.
Yeah, because, like, my thing this year, I'm going to hit a lot of skate parks, whether I take my freestyle bike or aggressive inline skating. I plan on hitting quite a bit. You know, I don't like going when there's a lot of kids there because I don't want to crash into somebody.
Right.
But in the other sense, I want to go and, you know, have a good time, you know, film some videos, you know, do some fun stuff, you know, catch some different lines. And that's probably a reason why I've been mountain biking so much lately. But I'm not your average mountain biker, people. I don't wear that spandex shit. I've got a fucking GT hoodie or fucking GT.
Sure, you're not.
Yeah, fuck no. I don't wear any of that spandex shit. I do wear my Calvin Klein fucking shorts. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right?
You know, they're like workout shorts, but yeah, I'm not. You know, I represent the brand, but man, I ain't gonna fucking get all spandexed out and fucking. And I damn sure ain't wearing no damn helmet.
No.
So that ain't me.
I do still have my Vans though for going skateboarding and for freestyle. No.
Oh yeah.
I can't get rid of my Vans. I gotta have them.
Yeah, I've never was a big Vans guy, but always.
You know, they're a cool shoe, but they suck.
Yeah, I mean, I was sponsored.
Because they're a flat shoe. They don't have no arch in them.
Yeah, I was sponsored by Airwalk when I was younger, and then Etnies, and then from Etnies DC, and I wear DCs to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still work with those guys. You know, need to know Kent Block sold the company and he's passed away. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, the Vans were very good shoes to wear on your board.
Yeah, and Vans.
Because they're a good flat shoe, and they stayed on the contact patch good.
Yeah, and Vans has always had some good shoes. And don't get me wrong, there's some Vans that I bought.
Oh, yeah.
But they just didn't. They were okay to wear, but riding, they just didn't do anything for me. But
see, I can wear them every day though.
But
because I have flat feet and it messes my feet up.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, what I miss is the soap shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, and soap, you know, had the grind plate in the middle, and you could just jump on wherever the fuck you felt like and slide down it.
Oh, we used to jump on the rails
Oh yeah.
with those on, you know.
Yeah.
Screw skateboards, just jump on the rails. It didn't always end up perfect, but hey.
What I thought was cool is when soap shoes were out, there were skateboarders and BMX riders doing a crossover, and they were wearing them, and they would do a trick while wearing them, which I thought was really fucking cool. But man, it was so short lived, and then, you know, but yeah, I got on eBay and some of these different places that sell old school clothing and stuff, right?
Yeah, the vintage stuff.
Yeah, and Atomic Closet, they sell all kind of vintage clothes and stuff. Now, they had a size 10.5, which my foot is 9.5, but I'll wear a 10.5. But they had a set of soaps in there, and I really wanted them. $1,200.
Yep.
And I just couldn't, because I was like, if I bought them, I'd wear them.
Right.
You know, I'd be grinding on shit, you know, so.
Yeah.
So it's just like a guy, not too long ago, it showed up in one of the groups. A guy got a 1989 Haro Master with the bash guard.
Nice.
Unopened. It was in the back of this bicycle shop, and the bicycle shop went out of business, and they found a couple of these Haro bikes. Well, the bike ended up selling for $12,000 on eBay.
I bet.
So it's like, and you know the motherfucker only gave like $100 for it. If that, you know, so yeah, I mean, everybody wants to buy back your childhood, but in the same sense, what does your childhood cost?
Well, and that was like my thing. When I skated, I only used Pal Peralta boards. That was my board. And I thought about collecting boards now and just collecting boards and hanging them up. Because I got a buddy that's a board collector. Fuck, I looked up some of them vintage boards. Whew.
Oh, it's insane.
They cost more than the wall.
Oh, I know. I mean, try buy a Hutch Trickstar. Everybody wanted one, but nobody could get one. And back then, they were fucking expensive. They were $800, where a GT Pro Performer was $320.
Yep.
But now, fuck me. They are insane, over $5,000. You know? But then they have a new version of it that you could buy for $5,000. That's 1 1/8 stem. Well, here's the thing. I know it's a limited run. But then again, GT and Haro also come out with their throwback bikes, along with PK did.
Oh, PK Rippers?
You know, SE did. But the fucking bikes are $2,500.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, you're just trying to stab a motherfucker in the dick.
Yep. Well, you go to Walmart now for a piece of shit swing. They used to be $40.
Oh, I know.
They're $300 and some fucking dollars now.
I know. And it's like, and it, you know, like we said just a couple weeks ago, GT is officially done. They're out of business.
Yep.
Hopefully somebody does something where they can bring it back, but officially, as of now, they are out of business, you know?
Yeah. Back in the day when I raced, I was 13, 14 years old, you know. I lived in a trailer court. So if my dad got me a nice bike, well, then I got sponsorship the next year. But I had a shed at the trailer that I worked out of.
Yeah, and that's what you had to work with.
Yeah, I had a shed. It was my shed. My dad come walking out there one day, and I had all these bikes stacked up in the corner, parts of bikes and stuff, and he's like, "Where did those come from?" The neighborhood.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do they know they're gone?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." I'm thinking in my head by now.
Yeah, no shit, right?
I had kind of sticky fingers back then. Somebody had a set of Skyway bags. They were losing their bike.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of that, but I did a lot of that when I was 13, 14 years old, you know, because hell, I had to race.
Yeah, and you got to do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't hating on you. I mean, it is what it is.
I learned my lesson. I outgrew it, you know, but there was a time when I had quite a few stolen bicycles in there. The funny part was, we lived in a trailer court, and it had 2 ponds. So we were back in front of the second pond. I would strip everything I wanted off the bike and go throw it in the pond.
Well, I'll tell you a story that I had never really ever talked about.
Well, I'm 54, and this is the first time anybody's ever heard me. I'd be doing that.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, you know, I mean, we all had freestyle bikes, and you know, we've talked about it on the air about that. There was a fucking kid that moved in the neighborhood who had a dyno slammer. And
I had one of those once for a while.
Yeah, and this fucking kid was a little smartass, and nobody liked him, right? Well, here's the interesting thing about little smartass. One day he was going into Hardee's and left his bike just in the parking lot. Like, it wasn't even up by the building. It was just out in the parking lot. I grabbed that motherfucker and I stole it, right? And I hid that bike for a couple of months. And all of a sudden, now the bike was complete, right? And out of nowhere, a couple months later, this fucking kid started blaming me, saying I took his bike because my handlebars were similar to his because they were the 4-piece bars. And I'm like, bitch, this ain't your shit. This, and this, right?
Yeah.
So it just got to the point I was going to beat this kid's ass. Well, his dad thought he could come over and talk to my gangster ass dad, and come to find out that didn't work out for him. That wouldn't work very well. Yeah, it didn't work out well. And my dad's like, if you got this kid's bike, you better do something about it. So I decided, well, the bike's worth more money stripped than together. So I had the bike hid, we stripped it, and then everybody had his parts. So then the dad had to bitch at everybody. The frame and forks we hid over on Shoto Island. And of course there was a flood, you know.
Right.
You know, the flood of 93, right? 92, something like that, right?
93, I think it was, yeah.
93, yeah. And so this was about 2010. Me and the guys at the shop were talking about this shit, and I said, yeah. And I was telling them the story, which I've never told anybody the story.
Right.
Okay? And somebody goes, I wonder if that bike's still there. And I said, you know, I wonder if it still is too. So that Saturday, we went for a drive, and big as shit, there it was.
Wow.
And, you know, it was buried. The chrome was pretty fucked up on it, but it wasn't completely rusted through. So I took it, cleaned it up, sent it to the chromer, got with BMX Archives or something like that, one of those guys. Got a new sticker kit, and that is the dyno slammer that a lot of people see in the picture behind me at the shop.
See, I had a slammer, and I rode it up to the basketball court at the trailer park.
Yeah.
I'm up there shooting basketball with everybody, and we had this fat kid live on the other side of the trailer court. He comes over, takes off on my bike. Drops his little gangster ass Huffy and fucking takes off on my bike. So I just finished my game, didn't think nothing of it. I get done and I'm sitting on his bike, and he comes back down the little trail. And he's like, we just traded bikes. I said, no, we didn't trade bikes. I said, give me my bike or you're going to the fucking pond. He's like, well, let me jump it once. I'm like, no, dude, you're too big. I mean, he was like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I said, dude, you're too big. Oh, hold on, I'm just going to jump it once. So he turns around, heads back up the trail. He comes over this big old jump, and he doesn't hit the landing side. He pegs the top of it. Breaks the fucking stem right off of it. I was so fucking mad.
Oh, no shit.
So, needless to say, walked over and grabbed my bike, both pieces of it, walked back, set him down on the ground, grabbed his little fucking Huffy, and shucked it into the river, or into the creek, into that pond.
There you go.
Said, you want it, motherfucker, swim.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn.
Yeah, and you know, and that happens. You fuck around and find out and smart off. And
Yep.
Yeah. And on that note, guys, we're going right back into the music. This is Dragon in the Afternoon. We got so much more to talk about. Stay tuned.